I think like a lot of the time I see any sort of like Victoria's Secret or any sort of like makeup model or any sort of advertisement like that, I think a lot of the time the message that's conveyed with those sort of advertisements is that like this is what femininity is, and this is like if you are at all feminine, this is what you should look like, and that like femininity has to do with extreme like beauty and perfection and long hair and breasts and things like that that make me feel like I shouldn't display any sort of acts that could be perceived as feminine. It sort of makes me feel like uncomfortable in my own actions and not necessarily my body, I guess. The way that the media displays femininity is sort of as like these very perfect, distinct actions that can only be portrayed by a certain group of people that are displayed in the advertisements that they produce. So like the ideal idea of femininity in something like a Victoria's Secret ad has to have like all these very like uncommon characteristics that like a lot of women and men and anybody, like people just don't have a lot of these characteristics, and they're really honed in on as like perfection, and like that you need to have these characteristics if you're going to display these certain actions that are characterized as femininity. And I mean, in my case, it's just like my own general self-expression. It's like something that when I'm comfortable around somebody, I'm extremely affectionate and sort of like flamboyant and things like that. And I think those characteristics that tend to be more associated with femininity are looked down upon in any sort of person who appears at least in the slightest bit masculine or male.